Hey guys, how you doing today?
Hi, Dustin.
Hi, Dustin. How are you?
I'm excellent. It's an honor to be speaking with you guys.
We are speaking.
Let's talk about the new album, The Future Is What It Used to Be. Definitely exciting for Guess Who fans.
Yeah, we're very proud of the album and very happy, and hope that when people listen to it, they hear somebody coined it in the UK. They said that they listened to the album and they said the return to rock.
Well, and from what I've read, you guys kind of returned to rock in the way it was recorded, going back to the old studio setups from the old days.
Yeah, we recorded it at Blackbird Studios in Nashville, Analog Studio, which is owned by John McBride, Martina McBride's husband. And the equipment in the studio is a Neve console, like we recorded all our hits on, and outboard gear, same as we used, all vintage equipment, and even the musical instruments. The drums I played on were from 1970, I believe, and we used Hofner bass and many of the old things we would have used in the old days. So it was kind of cool to be able to do that.
Well, and Gary, I know there's been a lot of lineup changes in the Guess Who over the years. Obviously, you've been there since day one, and of course, Rudy's with you now. Who else is playing with you on this one?
Well, of course, our lead singer, D Sharp, has been with us for over 10 years now. Keyboard player and sax and flute, Leonard Shaw's been almost 25 years, and Will E., our guitar player, has been with us for 5 years, and the newest member of the band and the last final piece in the puzzle is sitting across from me here, Rudy Sarzo, who has many accolades to his career, and we are proud and honored to have him as the bass player of the Guess Who today.
Excellent. And Rudy, I imagine you probably grew up a fan of the Guess Who, so it must be great for you to be in the band now.
Absolutely. Not only a fan, but I also got to play the music back in my, garage band days and starting out in high school bands and stuff like that. So I was incredibly familiar with the music. And then once I joined the band and started playing the music on stage with the band, I realized that I was playing it wrong all along.
Well, that's funny you should say that, because I'm just reading the Paul McCartney interview in GQ, and he said the opening chord to Hard Day's Night, they couldn't figure out what it was. Paul McCartney can't figure that out.
Yeah.
so he said he thinks that maybe George Martin put a few extra notes on something, overdubs and that. So you never know. I'm not playing the stuff the way I used to play it out there.
Well, Rudy, I grew up a huge fan of yours, when you were playing with Quiet Riot and Ozzy and, some of the heavier stuff, but it sounds like you fit in perfectly with the Guess Who, though.
Yes, because one of the things that that all of us members, beginning with Gary and, everybody else, we respect the legacy of the band. So when I joined the band, we're like gatekeepers to the legacy of the Guess Who. So the most important thing for us to do is to actually do a proper representation of the essence and the spirit of the music as it was recorded.
Well, and again, the new album, The Future Is What It Used to Be, is out now. And I noticed playing on the radio, the single there, you guys got a video for that one as well.
Yes, actually, there's 3 singles now off the album. The first one was playing on the radio, which you saw the video for. There is another cut called In America, which there is a video out, or will be out shortly. And the third single is Haunted, which there is a video out now on our social media. So those are kind of the 3 songs. And we're playing, I believe, 4. Added to those 3 is a song called When We Were Young, which is the lead cut off on the album. So we're playing all of those on stage out of the 10. And, we can't play the whole album because we have to as well play the classic hits.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Of course, you've been there, Gary, since the day one, but now you guys are making videos and you got to get on social media and make sure you got all your bases covered. Definitely a lot different these days.
Yeah, I'm learning a whole new thing. I've got my iPad in front of me with all my stuff here. I've got your name in front of me and your radio station and everything. So, it's a new world. I mean, in the old world, we toured to promote a record. The record industry today is that you do a record to promote touring. It's turned flipped all the way around. So I'm kind of relearning what's going on, and social media is really good for us because it's the first time that in digital download all our music is available for fans of all ages, especially younger people who are curious about the band that did American Woman. There's now 14 albums up there for them to check out and see what the music was like. So it's kind of I look at it as a wonderful tool, and I embrace the new technology. When I discovered in-ear monitor system on stage, I went crazy because it was the first time I could sit like inside the record and play, because usually the drummer in the old days played on a bed track. Sure. And never really played on the finished product, whereas I'm sitting there now with my ears in, and I'm listening to all the great parts of the record, like the strings and the flugelhorn in these eyes, and for me it's a marvelous new experience.
Awesome, man. I know you guys are on tour now pretty much through the rest of the year, and it must be great to get on the road. As you mentioned, all those albums available now, you guys must be seeing all sorts of different faces, different generations out there in the crowd.
Yes, it's great to be on stage and you look out and you see families. You have the parents, they bring their kids and expose them to the music that they grew up listening to.
Well, what's coming up next? I know the album just out now, but are you guys constantly working on new stuff and moving forward?
Well, as a matter of fact, when Derek flew in from Toronto to New York here last night, we sat down briefly, like passing ships in the night, before he went to his room. He told me, I've been working on some new songs. So you hit the nail on the head. I think everybody in the band is looking, hoping that what we've done, everybody listens to and feels the same way we do about the future is what it used to be, because I think it's a great rock album from top to bottom, and we would love to produce another album.
Awesome. Yeah, the album sounds great, and it's great that you guys are on the top of your game and you're out there doing it. And I'm hoping to see you guys on tour here sometime down the road. Thank you so much.
Come and say hello.
Thank you, Dustin.
All right, thanks, guys.